Yes, there are. Well, to begin with, you've got voice bots and chatbots to start with. And then behind the scenes, you have chatbots based on AI, NLU, which you can really understand naturally. And then you have rule-based chatbots, which have to follow a certain path. So they're a bit more simpler for smaller use cases. So yeah, those are really overall the different types of bots.
Not all of them. Some chatbots are more simple. They basically check what the user is saying, catch a keyword, find the corresponding answer in answers database, and respond to the customer with this answer. So they can be used just for simple flows like booking a table, and they don't allow variations or typos or synonyms. So they're more simple.
Well, it depends with chatbot, because the rule-based chatbots are actually a bit more affordable, but the AI-based chatbots, they will cost a bit more. However, with chatbots, I will not focus on the cost, but on the business value. So actually chatbots and voice bots are able to automate customer service, able to save time, money, resources, so everything we need in the post-pandemic business.
Well, basically it's very simple, and actually it's like playing with Lego blocks, Lego bricks. You just have to pick the right elements and, connect it together. So it's all like that.
NLU stands for Natural Language Understanding, and it's a general concept that machines can understand the way people talk. And we use this technology in chatbots and voice bots. In practice, in most cases, the natural language understanding is powered by deep neural networks that transform what we say into numbers in the way so that machines can decide, for example, in bot, what to reply to a customer or any other user.
It depends. Of course, it's easier when you understand how to program and develop code, because it makes all of the concepts easier to understand. But in general, it depends. In some platforms, you actually need to know how to code to create anything on it. But in some other cases, like in SentiOne Automate, we prefer the low-code, no-code approach that allows you to create bots and virtual assistants without any knowledge about programming languages.
Yeah, actually, some of them can now. Generally, we're talking about a conversational interface, so that's chatting, messaging, and voice, so sound and visual text. But the new devices now are becoming multimodal, which means it's not just about voice and text. They can use visuals, they can use cameras now, motion sensors, and the latest devices now have cameras. You can set up a camera Alexa in your kitchen and it watches what you do. There's also a new device that moves around your house like a little robot, and you can interact with it, and it can sense if you're present and have this more human experience, which is really cool, understanding your visual cues. So I think chatbots can see, definitely.
A chatbot can talk about anything, in fact. You can order a credit card, or you can pay your electricity bills, or you can also change your plane ticket. Intent is a group of phrases that represent a customer intention.
By far, I think the main challenge with bots, chatbots, voice bots, whatever, is maintaining them. If you don't take care of them, nurture them, let them grow, they're going to become very irrelevant quite quickly. So that means updating their content, updating their training, making sure they really understand your users, because users change over time, language changes as well, so you really have to maintain them and keep them up to date.
So the difference is crucial, because in the rule-based chatbots you have to write all those rules so that you can understand what people are saying, and it takes really a lot of time to create such bot that is only rule-based. That's why we use the machine learning approach. So we use the artificial intelligence. In machine learning approach, we need only 10, 20 examples of how users say their intent. So we don't have to think about all the synonyms and all other forms the user expresses an intent. So it takes really a lot less effort to create such bot, and it covers much more cases of how people say and define their intent.
That's a really great question. For me, it's usability. If the platform's easy to use, easy to build these experiences, that really helps, because then you can really focus on writing the dialogue, writing those conversations, really building that great user experience. So it just allows you to focus on the experience part rather than learning how to code, for example. So if it's all visual, low code, that's probably the best thing. Then you can focus on writing those dialogues.
Of course, majority of our clients are from banking sector, and they use chatbots because they have a wide range of customer, so it's very helpful for them to use chatbots in customer service.
Yes, chatbots will affect jobs. During an implementation of a chatbot or a virtual assistant project, we are creating new jobs. New roles in bot design, in project management, in software development, in language research. At the same time, we are freeing up the human capacity, so real customer service agents that took care of the most simplest, easiest customer service inquiries, and we allow them to take care of those more advanced, more complex issues that are also more interesting to them in their role.
They have a very specific use case, so generally for customer service, just answering simple FAQs, and a very narrow focus, whereas a virtual assistant is much broader, can help out with many different things, using like context, understanding what the user is doing on, say, their mobile phone, like Apple Siri, and yeah, being a bit more proactive, setting reminders, this kind of thing, so helping with a bunch of different things for your day-to-day life.
Chatbots and voice bots bring exponential growth opportunity to all businesses, which has never been possible in the past. By exponential, I mean 10x. So the investment in chatbots and automation can bring significant financial leverage to our investments and bring incredible value to all the businesses.
There's a number of reasons. Generally, it's a lack of maintenance, poor training, poor data sets, even poor dialogue writing as well. So all these factors really make a difference. So if any one of those are not that good, it can cause a failure and a bad user experience.
SentiOne, we have chatbots that are mainly for customer service, so our KPIs are similar to the one used for customer service. Some of them can be, for example, the fallback rate, which measures the times that the chatbots did not understand the user. Then we have the handover rate, so how many times the user has actually asked to speak with an agent. Then we have the average handling time, so for how long the user was on the chat, if it was useful. Then we measure if the users are returning or not to the chatbot, and then we have the feedback, which is the rating the user can provide after every session with the chatbot.
No, they are in every platform. Like a messenger platform, you can have WhatsApp or Signal or WeChat, and you can also find it popping out from an application, from the mobile application, and also from website landing pages.
For me, I guess, setting user expectations. You really got to set what the chatbot can do for you, for the user. If you don't do that, the user doesn't know how to interact or have a conversation with your bot. So if you have a good welcome message, set the user expectation, what the bot should do for the user. That'll be my top best practice.
Yeah, they can speak any language you want them to speak. So, for example, at SentiOne, our chatbots speak English, German, Polish, Spanish, and recently we are experimenting with new languages like Arabic or Catalan.
Yes, if human can be polyglot, then chatbot can be super polyglot. They can switch channels very simultaneously, just like interpreters. Yes, it's an ongoing process. It doesn't just stop after the launch, and we have to prepare the data sets. And after it got launched, we have to continue to improve the chatbot so that it gives the best results.
Actually, they do, and it's a very important part of the bot building process. So at the very beginning, before we start creating our bot, we have to decide on the personality of the bot. So we look at the key factors such as the name of the bot, the gender, male, female, or neutral gender. We look at their tone of voice, and also how informal or formal they are, because obviously we'll have different chatbot for a very casual, funky brand, or for a, let's say, insurance company. So all of those factors come into place when we are building a personality of a bot.
I would say that they complement each other, and that's a win-win situation. So in terms of communication, chatbots are way faster, and they can even reply on holiday, and they can answer all the boring and repetitive questions. Meanwhile, at the same time, the human can build trust and handle complex situations. So they are more efficient.
So actually, by definition, they cannot be better because humans created chatbots. So actually, we believe at SentiOne that the best moment is when people are working hand in hand with chatbots. So actually, chatbots will be doing those most mundane, repetitive tasks, while people will focus on those more creative, innovative, and where they have to make a good decision.
Well, it depends on the function you want them to have. We have to remember that behind every chatbot there is a human. There are some humans that are checking the conversation to improve the performance of the chatbot. So your secret may not be safe with the chatbot because some human will read it.
Yes, chatbots can tell you jokes, can tell you how the weather is looking right now, and they also can tell you who made them. So those are the intents that we do call small talk intents. So basically just some random questions that users might ask the bots. The idea is that we add them to the bots or virtual assistants in order to make them more human-like.